As for one of the big things, okay, now he's leaving. It's like, okay, how do you think PSG is going to be? This and the other. You have to be honest, as a PSG fan, obviously, is it going to be a hit towards the club? Absolutely. Mbappé is arguably, if not the greatest player on the planet at the moment. And so replacing a player of that caliber is going to be very difficult and arguably impossible to replace him like for like. However, I think also it will also do the club a whole load of good. First and foremost, on a purely, financial aspect, that you're not going to be burdened with the tremendously astronomical wages of such a player. And not only that, but also on the sporting aspect and also on the human aspect of, for as good as Mbappé is on the pitch and everything that he does, it's great. If you could have Mbappé and have the Messi mentality where he just doesn't say anything, that Mbappé would be GOAT status immediately. The thing is that when you get Mbappé, you get not only, yes, the fantastic performance on the pitch, but you get all the nonsense offside the pitch. The pivot gang, this isn't 𝙋𝙊𝘆𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙏, the blasting the club at points, I want to leave, this and the other, all this other shenanigans. And listen, I'm not going to miss that one bit. And so in that sense, it's going to bring a sort of, I want to say, tranquility and peace to the club that the club hasn't had for, frankly, a very, very long time. Arguably, ever since, both Neymar and Mbappé joined in the summer of 2017. And so I think that's going to do the club good. And with those wages on the sporting level too, is that, yes, Mbappé does bring you that flair, that X factor, that factor that nobody can truly bring you in world football bar him. But also, Mbappé is Mbappé, which means that he doesn't press. And so, especially with Lucho and the way he wants to play and the way he wants to set up things, I think that him leaving will also give more freedom for him to tinker and to sort of play the way he wants to play, rather than having to sort of adapt and craft a bit around, how to best utilize and how to best use Mbappé in any particular situation. And I also think that potentially it also can liberate some players, knowing that, well, Mbappe's gone now, because even if it's not explicitly said, people always made fun of, Mbappe's now the president of PSG, this and the other. And obviously Mbappé does have an unreasonable amount of power and an unjustified amount of power at PSG. That's without question. All right. And even if you're going to argue that, he's not going in, people were memeing that, if somebody doesn't pass him the ball, that he's going to have him fired, this and the other. I don't think it's that. Obviously, people are obviously, taking it to exaggerating. However, there is that sense of, well, if Mbappé, just in general, if you have such a big player, a monumentous player, a player with such gravitas like that, naturally, if he asks for the ball, what are you going to say? No? You're going to go and give it to him. And so there is that aspect of, even Mbappe's strong suit is not dropping down deep and playmaking. That's not his strong suit. His strong suit is going fast on the break, on the counter, going explosive speed, and his wonderful, brilliant finishing to go and finish off actions and be that killer for us in game. And so I think him leaving will allow people who are better suited at dropping down deep, i.e. Vitinha and people like that, and also people like Barcola, to express themselves more, and even people like 𝙀𝙀𝘆𝑚𝘾𝘼, to not always look for Mbappé every single time, as sometimes it can be the case with PSG. So in that sense, I think PSG will be able to do good. And if PSG go and do a good load of business over the summer and are able to, spend their money wisely and get players, not just try to replace him with a big, massive superstar for the glitz and the glamour, but truly go and think about a true overall sporting project, I think PSG can rebound and arguably be better next season than we are this season. We are still technically, if you want, a team in transition. And despite being that team in transition, PSG are still in a quarterfinal of a Champions League and have a very reasonable path to the final. And so I guess that's my view on the more sporting aspect of Mbappé and how I feel about it.